Next up, we have a talented actor. Like I said, this guy's did everything. He played Crazy Mario on the Bronx Tale. He just finished working on Broadwalk Empire. He's also a singer, recording a CD. Let's give it up for Lou Vanaria.
That's it. Louis, my man, what's up, buddy?
Aw, nice
That's
to see
it. Give us some
nice
sugar.
To see.
I noticed on TV, I noticed the King Cup. Here.
You like this, right? That was Presley?
Oh, there's nothing I don't know about.
My actually father gave me this for Christmas about 10 years ago.
Right there. Clip it on you.
They told me to put the mic on as soon as I get on. Already I screwed up.
That's all right.
See how I follow directions?
That's all right. We only
Listen, we don't do things like Robert De Niro over here. We got no money. I'm over here. Thank you for coming.
Oh, my pleasure.
I appreciate that. So now listen, why don't you tell everybody how you got your big break working with Robert De Niro on the Bronx Tale?
Well, like Dana mentioned, I always wanted to be a singer. That was really my first, that's my first love. It's still my first love. But they had an open call for a movie. It wasn't called the Bronx Tale. I think it was just Chaz Palminteri was involved, and the auditions were in the Bronx in Fordham. You remember that with Marco? Right. Everybody went. Everybody and their mother. It was jammed. So I went in and I said, listen, I understand it's a period piece because it was 1959 or something. I said, I sing like Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Bobby Darin. Do you need a singer? And they said, no, we don't need a singer. We're not. It's not a musical. And I was walking out, and Chaz, who no one knew at the time, this was his big break too, said, you have a great character face, which I don't know if that's a compliment, but that's what he said. He said, you got a great character face. We'd like to see if you could read a role. So, and he asked me where I was from. And not knowing the movie was called The Bronx Tale, I'm actually from the Bronx. Oh, and so is he. Everybody else, though, me and Chaz were the only two guys in The Bronx Tale from the Bronx.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because the lead was from Yonkers. Joey, who you've had on the show, is from Brooklyn.
Joey D'Onofrio?
Yeah, Joey D'Onofrio. And so me and Chaz, I guess he thought I was authentic. And I read for the part of Crazy Mario, and he put me on tape. And a week later, I get a phone call from him, and he said, Bob saw your tape, and he liked what he saw. And I was like, who's Bob? You know, did I meet him? He goes, no, it's Bob De Niro. So I went down to Tribeca, and I read for Mr. De Niro, and I read for him actually 5-6 times before they told me that I had the role.
Really?
I saw the people dwindling. You know, there were like 10 Crazy Marios, and then there were 7, and then there was 6, and then the 5th time I said, well, who are you reading for? And Joey was there, and he said, I'm reading for Slick. And Lilo was there, and he said, I'm reading for Cologero. So I knew I was close. He was, you know, seeing how we worked together.
Right.
So yeah, and it's what happened to
Lilo. Yes,
yeah.
it's a shame.
Shame what happened to the cop too.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Even worse.
It's just, they said it's a Bronx Tale, right?
That is a Bronx Tale. But I spoke to his brother Vinny, and oh, that's $10.
Hey, phones are supposed to be off
That's
here.
like bad.
That's $20. That costs you $20.
Put him in the bathroom.
No, I spoke to Lilo's brother Vinny, and he's off drugs. So if anything good came out of it,
Good.
that he's in jail, is that he's off the.
Very
he's off the
talented
drugs.
to go to, you know.
Drugs are the worst, man.
The Bronx Tale is one of my top 5 favorite
me too.
movies. I mean, in my video library, it's all street gang mafia movies, and
Right.
then I got
you
like.
don't say. I wouldn't have figured you for that.
I have Little House on the Prairie on the right.
Yeah.
And I got the Partridge Family.
Big Laura Ingalls fan over here.
And
You're coming to Vito Bonifaci's premiere, right?
I'm there. I'm there.
The star-studded premiere.
I wouldn't insult you guys, and thank you for inviting me.
Okay. No, we're looking
I
forward
was
to
trying
it.
my shoes for that night.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we said we had Joe D'Onofrio on the show last
Joe,
time. How
yeah.
was it working with Joe?
Yeah,
You guys
Joey?
good friends?
Oh yeah, well we met on a Bronx Tale, and we've stayed close. We've
Right.
stayed close all this time. I mean, I live in Westchester now, and he's still a Brooklyn guy, right? So we don't see as much as we like, but we keep in touch on Facebook and stuff like that.
He said nothing but nice things about you.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's funny. He's
Well,
just
we edit out the bad things about him.
just a funny guy. Now listen, let's turn the page a little. I mean, what age were you when you actually did start to sing?
I was singing. I did Bronx Tale at 15 years old. I started singing before. I don't remember not singing, actually. Matter of fact, after Bronx Tale, or around that time, I was working with a wedding band, coming out like during the dinner hour and just doing like my Sinatra thing. And they throw me a couple of bucks for it, whatever. Yeah.
Good. I'm a drummer.
Yeah, I know. And okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot when you ask me what I'm doing about the CD. Is my
Whatever you need.
I'm recording a CD the week of June 4th, and I'd like to come back and do a song.
You're welcome here anytime. We already talked about this. So definitely get you on.
Okay.
Whether you want to sing or
Very
a track.
nice.
You heard him. You heard him.
No, Louis on. Forget about it. So, what else we got here?
Wait, I want to go back to TV for just a minute
go
because
for it.
we skipped right over the Boardwalk Empire.
Oh yeah, Boardwalk Empire.
And I want to know the experience working on that show.
Yeah,
Steve
well,
Buscemi
I read for Scorsese, and I had to speak. There was a line I had to speak in Italian. I didn't get to say it in the show, but for some reason he wanted to know if I spoke Italian.
Right.
So my agency calls me and says, "Do you speak Italian?" It's for Scorsese, right? So I said, "Yeah, of course I speak Italian." Not one word.
Ooh, Rosetta Stone.
Not one word. So they gave me the line in English, and I went to my grandmother, who's 87 years old, and I said, "Can you translate this and write it phonetically for me?" So it was, the line was, "This guy owes us money. I'd soon enough cut his throat, but then we wouldn't get our money." Something to that effect. So she says, "Gista navadare isoid." I forgot the rest of the line, but what I realized was she's from Nicosia, which is a town in Sicily. So she wasn't speaking Italian, she was speaking Sicilian dialect.
Yeah.
But I don't know the difference. So I go into the audition, and there's Scorsese and a couple of the others, and I, "Gista navadare isoid, gista ekodro, poyu novemenende," I say. And they go, "You speak Italian?" I said,
Hey.
Hey, a little bit.
Mezza.
Mezza. That's the other word I know. And he said, "You know, that's Sicilian dialect." And I said, "Oh, I thought I screwed up." And he said, "No, the character's Sicilian."
Wow.
Perfect. Wow.
So it worked out. So right then when I walked out, I said, "That was perfect." I called my grandmother. I said, "Grandma, that's Italian."
Steve Buscemi's great. I like him.
Yeah, he's a good guy too. He's Italian too, and he actually did something great. He didn't talk about it, but I found out he was a fireman.
Yes.
When the towers came down, he stopped acting. He put his fire jacket on. He went down there and helped pull bodies out of the and
Wow, I didn't know
they
that.
were saying, "Aren't you Steve Buscemi?" Steve Buscemi said, "Not today. I'm a New York City fireman."
That's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
My father's a retired fireman, and he went down there, did the same thing for the month, and he was retired already.
Yeah. Yeah, a
know.
lot of people I heard did
And
that.
De Niro was down there. My father goes, I got a picture that's going to top all your pictures. I was like, "What do you got?" He pulls out the picture with him and De Niro. I go, "You got me."
Yeah.
You know, and him and De Niro were at 9/11. It's a cool shot.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Right now is the Tribeca Film Festival. Have you seen anything down there?
No.
I went to see Magic Valley the other night. It was great.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, great movie. I recommend it, yeah.
Who's starring in it?
Will Estes, who's a friend of mine, he plays, right now he's on Blue Bloods. He plays Tom Selleck's youngest son. And also Scott Glenn, who's in a lot of films. But it was a great movie.
Now, what's in the future for you? Any up-and-coming films?
I have one more day on a show with Jim Caviezel called, it's a pilot called Persons of Interest.
Okay.
I got one more day of shooting on it, and then I'm recording the record June 4th, the week of June 4th, in Niagara Falls.
See, that's
nice.
great. That's nice.
Yeah, get out of the city and.
What's the name of the
really
studio
work on
out there?
No, I'm not sure of the name of the studio. The name of the label is called Tangerine.
Okay.
Tangerine Records, and I think they use the same studio all the time. It might be called Tangerine. I'm not really sure.
You want to laugh? I had a label years ago. You want to know the name of it?
What?
It was called Shinebox Records.
Shinebox Records. Go get your Shinebox.
Yeah, I swear to God. I had it for 10 years, and I had to fold it.
I got a softball team. You know what the name of it is? The Sophisticados. Is that ridiculous?
Are you
the
serious?
Sophisticados. Swear to God.
That's cool.
That was the name of Felix Unger's band.
Oh, really?
On The Odd Couple, which is one of my favorite shows, The Sophisticados.
I didn't even know he had a band on that show.
He had like an opera
Oh,
group.
that's what he called the opera thing?
The Sophisticados.
They rerun that at night.
Yeah, it's great.
The Art Couple's cool.
Yeah, the Sophisticados is the name of our softball team. We're 0-12. We haven't won a game yet.
Oh, that stinks.
Like the
Not one
Bad
yet.
News
From
Bears.
last year. we haven't won a game. And now we played 2 games this year, and we still haven't
Pull the
won.
plug, Lou.
I know.
See, like
Terrible.
speaking of the odd couple, and we were speaking of the reality shows.
I always said reality show was a fad, but it just keeps coming.
It's crazy.
Now they got about the bike messages in the city.
They'll do anything. They'll be
Garbage
like,
collectors. I
you
mean,
can be an accountant. They'll do a show about being an accountant.
But you know, like you say, there's a lot of there's a lot of great actors that are working their whole life.
Yeah.
And then you get this crap.
Yeah.
And it's like just nothing. Like if they would have filmed us down the Jersey Shore 20 years ago, forget about it.
It's the same
You know,
thing,
it's
yeah.
the same thing. I
Yeah.
mean, different generation. We partied probably a little more than them, but
Yeah. Well, I think
but-
they're putting it on a little now. I mean, you're right. They're like us 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
We
like
were
that
down in
anymore.
Wildwood. Where did you hang out back then?
I went to the Hamptons.
Oh yeah.
I went to Long Island. I went the other way. You guys went.
You went that way. we
Yeah,
went this
yeah,
way.
you went that way.
I had to be in when the street lights were
Yeah.
on at that 15 years ago.
Wildwood, Seaside, Long Beach.
Right.
Those were the places
Right.
back
We
then.
used to go to the Hamptons. What was that? I forgot the name of it. But it was the same thing. It was the same crowd, same people.
Crazy. What about any Brooklyn beaches?
You know, I'm a Bronx guy, so I never Brooklyn and
No
Staten
Rockaway
Island
Beach in
is-
Queens? No?
No, that's
Well, you
like
were
another
closer
world
to the
for
Hamptons,
me.
yeah. So
See, when I did Bronx Tale, I was a legend within a 4-block radius. That was it. That was my world, and I was very known.
Yeah.
Now they know me within 6 blocks,
Yeah.
but that's it.
6 months.
That's it. I come to Brooklyn, forget it. I'm nobody. I come to Staten Island, forget it.
No, listen.
You know, come to
You
the
come to
Bronx.
Staten Island.
You're with us
no.
now, and we're with you. So
Well, that's why I'm doing the show. I want to extend that to maybe 10 blocks.
Well, I met you 2 years ago, but I really didn't know you. I met you through the Mob Candy magazine release party when I think it was Amanda was on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
That year, and I
Yeah.
met you with Rick Borgia.
Yeah, I'm actually, I didn't see the magazine this month, but I have a whole spread.
You should have told me. I would have brought you one.
I would have loved to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're in it too.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. You got a nice interview in there.
Yeah, you saw it?
Yeah. You got a picture with Nick Puccio in there.
Really?
Yeah, it's great.
Nick
He
Pucci.
hasn't even seen her own work yet.
I don't, I see enough.
I
of
know
myself.
how they work, so I grab a bundle from them right away.
Well, do you have one for me? Because I'd like to read what I said.
I don't have one in the car, but I'll mail you one.
Okay,
If I knew, I would have brought it.
okay. Yeah, I didn't
So-
see it. I didn't read it.
So now, Lou, why don't you tell everybody where they can get in touch with your Facebook, MySpace, website?
Yeah, no, I don't have MySpace. I do have a Facebook. It's just Louis, Louis, Vanaria, Vanaria, and you can friend request me. I confirm pretty much everybody, and I guess I'll give my email is just louisvanaria@aol.com. Oh, and I have a website, louisvanaria.com, where you
cool.
can see all my stuff, all my reels. I didn't get the boardwalk scene on there yet, but everything
It's under
else is
construction.
on there. Yeah, it's under construction, right.
Well, listen, Lou, it's been a pleasure. Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
It was
Johnny.
dynamite
Thank you
meeting
very,
you.
very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Let's
you.
give it up for Lou Vanaria, everybody. All right.
Take a crown. We'll have him next to sing next time. That'll be nice.
No, that's going to be a good
Def-
time.